Oh my goodness me. Who would have thought I'd be back in my office making a video? Well, today is that day. Now, in my final Eredivisie video, I said this.
Do you want me to make a ranking video of all the clubs I've visited in the Eredivisie?
So here I am today making a tier list of all my experiences in the Eredivisie. Good and bad. And if it was crap, I will say it's crap. We are going from insane, really good, decent, meh, and poor. Obviously, there's 18 clubs, 18 stadiums, 18 different experiences. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button because we are so close to 100,000 subscribers. And even saying that is just mental. But I have got my coffee. That is the main thing. I do just want to point out that I'm not a Dutch citizen, despite what people think of my Dutch passport. I haven't got one. I'm British. I'm proud to be. Right, Josh, stop waffling. Right, we're getting into this now. Look who we're starting with, by the way. Vitesse Arnhem. Honestly, I've absolutely loved my experiences there. I've been there twice now. Recently for the derby, where they unfortunately lost 3-0, but the passion in that derby, the intensity in the stands, you really felt that. Even the first time around, it was against PEC as well. It was a 1-1 draw, but I really enjoyed it. I like the stadium, and a lot of Dutch people and Dutch football fans don't like Vitesse Arnhem. They don't like the stadium. They've got a really negative rep. But for me, I've really enjoyed it, and I'm not going to lie, I am going to put this, not really good, I'm going to put this insane. Honestly, I've really loved it. And the one thing about these experiences is actually the people you meet. And at Vitesse Arnhem, I met a really good friend. He sorted me out with tickets, and I didn't have to pay him a penny. He was so kind. He even sorted me out scarves for the game as well. Genuinely unbelievable. Football is more than just a sport. It's about the people you meet as well along the way. And this British weather pissing it down. It's hailing. If you ever visit Vitesse as well, you can take a direct bus straight from the station to the stadium, vice versa after the game as well. Stadium straight to station, you're there 5 minutes after the game. Honestly, incredible. This weather, man. Right, apologies for that. This is the first time it's rained all week. Now, next up is Ajax. I'm going to put this out here. The 2 times I've actually watched Ajax were both in the Champions League. And in particular, the one I'll always remember is the Ajax-Dortmund game. Honestly, everything was just incredible, from the fireworks in the stands, the away fans in it. It was just an all-round incredible time. So for them factors alone, the stadium, everything like that, Amsterdam, of course. A lot of people don't like Ajax, but from my experience, I loved it. AZ Alkmaar. Now, they're just north of Amsterdam. Alkmaar is a beautiful city. Absolutely love the city. I got invited to the pub, we took a taxi to the stadium. The people there were friendly, welcoming, beers, food. The people you meet is incredible. And if you don't already travel around, start traveling, and the people you meet is just fantastic. But AZ Alkmaar, the stadium is really good as well. Really liked it. They did play Aston Villa in the Europa Conference League, and they did get battered 4-0. I'm going to put this in really good though, because it looks like at this point I could put every single club in insane. I really did enjoy AZ Alkmaar though. I really enjoyed it. Excelsior Rotterdam. I'm going to be honest, I think for this game, if it wasn't for the away fans, FC20, and there was no pyro show, there was no loud away fans, the atmosphere would have been, yeah, quiet. The metro stop was right outside the stadium, so to get back to the hotel after the game was like perfect. It was also the smallest stadium in the Eredivisie as well, but I'm going to put this in... yeah, I don't know. It's a battle between meh and poor here. I don't know. I'm gonna say meh. I think overall it's just about slotted in that position. FC20. Wow. I really enjoyed it there. Insane. I remember the weather being so cold, but nevertheless, I met someone in Arnhem and he drove straight to 20 and shed it. And that's just another act of kindness of these Dutch people just offering you lifts or these little favors, which brings that experience up so much. And the stadium is literally compared to Celtic Park, and I can really see it. It's literally a red version of it. I just really enjoyed my time there. The atmosphere was great, the football was great. There's literally not a bad word I can say about FC20. I love the experience. FC Volendam. I'm meh or poor again. It's like it's the toss up between them two. I'm gonna say poor. Am I gonna say poor? I'm going to say poor, I think. You have to take one of these local buses from Amsterdam straight to Volendam. It's like a little town out that way. It was, however, a really beautiful place, but I did leave after 70 minutes because, well, the truth is, I was very cold and I did have to make a train. That is true. The football wasn't great, and I think that kind of sums up their league position right now. Right, we got Feyenoord next, and bearing in mind I've been to that club about 4 times, and every single time it just hasn't disappointed. It's quite funny this. 3 times I've been, they've played Rome clubs. Feyenoord, Lazio twice, Roma once, and then obviously the other time was a cup quarter-final. Behind the scenes as well, I've also met so many people at Feyenoord. From the chairman to the directors to the coaching staff to the players. There's loads, and every single one of them have been so welcoming. Alireza Jahanbakhsh, by the way, insane. You can feel the ground shaking when they jump around, everyone, and they don't refer to themselves as ultras, they refer to themselves as supporters. They don't like being called one ultra group when they're all supporters, all creating atmosphere from all different areas of the stadium. I really respect that. The Kuip as well is the best stadium in the Eredivisie as well, the best. It's got so much character about it. Old school, proper, traditional, everything about it. The floodlights, insane. Fortuna Sittard. Now they've got some really underrated fans, I'll give them that, and I'll put this in decent. The stadium's quite good in my opinion. It wasn't sold out. There is absolutely nothing to do in Sittard though. Absolutely nothing, by the way. It's a really, really small place down in the south of Netherlands. If you take a flight to Eindhoven, then a train down to Sittard, then it's about an hour. I met some great people there. It was really friendly and I had an Audi connected to it. What's not to love? It had Audi, it had a gym, it had hotels, it just had everything. Go ahead, Eagles. I'm going to put this insane. No doubt in my mind. I remember this very well because I was on a Dutch tour and I was really in need of a ticket for Go Ahead Eagles versus Peg Zwolle, the derby day. I went to my first game, I went to my second game, and then I got a message on that second day when this game was going to be on the fourth day saying that I could be in their media section. It's compared to an English stadium as well, old school, houses around it, and I could really see it. It's old school, it's traditional, I really enjoyed it. No away fans, but there was a 90th minute equaliser. It was insane, a really, really good atmosphere. The thing about me is that I don't really like these modern day bowls and I love traditional stadiums, and this was exactly it. It's about a 10-15 minute walk from the train station to the stadium as well, going through all the houses, streets. It was literally like going to Luton as it was compared to. You just don't have to go through someone's back doorstep to get to the stand. Go ahead Eagles, if I ever go back though, you may need to change the fusion part. That was wrong. Heracles, oh my god, yeah. You know what? This was the one where everyone was going to say to me, this is going to be crap, we're going to get thrashed, we're going to lose. And they beat AZ Alkmaar 5-0. 5-0, by the way. So that is for sure going insane. There's no doubt in my mind at all. The fans were class, atmosphere was great. 5-0 against a top 5 team when everyone was telling me that they were going to get thrashed. They thrashed them. Their biggest win of the season, and I've been in newspapers, I've been on articles online. The stadium as well, by the way, is one of my favourites. It kind of goes down in you. It's a proper stadium. You kind of think of Heracles Almelo, and you don't really think of a stadium like that associated to them. But when you're there experiencing it, the stadium is insane. It's got 2 tiers. I like it. I really did like it. I met some really good people as well. I got some sausage. I had a pint in the other hand. Honestly, I was loving it.
I have no idea about this sausage though. Doesn't really look too appealing, I'm not going to lie.
Heracles Almelo, that was the one where I went into that thinking, this might be a little bit bad. Ended up being absolutely incredible. FC Utrecht, that is definitely going in insane because I met the best lad possible who I still contact to this day. FC Utrecht's always in my mind because of that day, that experience. He gave me the full experience from the beers beforehand to the disco-y part inside, which was like a rave, but it's like their supporters' home. They're going out onto the pitch, and bearing in mind, the time I watched them, they were actually really bad, in really bad form. They were welcoming, and this guy was just insane, and I know you'll be watching this video. You're incredible, mate. FC Utrecht is one I'm definitely going to return to. You pay for these tokens, and these tokens you could take up to the bar and exchange it for a beer, and it's a really fast, simple process of getting yourself a beer and watching football whilst having one. Incredible. Almere City. Now, this is the second smallest stadium in the Eredivisie. I'm going to put this in there. I met a really good lad and he took me around the whole of Almere. I mean, it's very small, so it didn't take us long. If I remember rightly, I think it's about a half-an-hour train from Amsterdam as well, if that. That's one thing they're really good at. The station to the stadium, they always have buses at these different clubs. The one thing they don't do very well is the away fans. They treat away fans like criminals. You have to go on a bus from your stadium to the away fixture. Not like us English people do. We can just take a train, have beers on there, and you can just have fun, go to the pubs, whatever. You can't do that in Netherlands. It takes away the away fan experience in my eyes, and I hate it. I really don't like that at all. And bearing in mind, it's so easy to travel around the country. The fact you have to take a bus from your own stadium to the away one, that's just shocking. Anyway, where was I? Almere City. Yes, that's it. Because the away fans at Feyenoord, they arrived late as well. They arrived late at the fixture. 20 minutes in, and then the Feyenoord fans started arriving. It's a very small stadium. There's literally one entry point to get around to the whole stadium as well. But when I compare my experiences at Utrecht, Heracles, Go Ahead Eagles, Feyenoord, FC20, and then I go to Almere, obviously it's not going to have that same... Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm not saying any bad words about Almere City though. I think it's a fantastic club, really family friendly, community vibes. I like it. Next up is Heerenveen. Now, I'm going to be honest, that was a poor atmosphere, an incredible stadium, but I did not choose the right game for there to be a good atmosphere. A Sunday 8 p.m. kickoff. It wasn't ideal, was it? But I met an incredible person where he gifted me a shirt and all. A shirt, come on. Yet again, another act of kindness. The Dutch people are the best people. I did not realise how small Heerenveen was as well until I was going there on the day. A town population of 28,000 and a stadium capacity being 27,000, matching the population of the town. Heerenveen, no, I'm going to put it in decent. Oh, I don't know. It's either meh or decent. Because of my own experience, I know if I go in the future and I go to like Heerenveen versus Groningen or something, I know that's going to be insane and I'll put this in insane. But with my own experience this time round, it was a bit quiet. I missed 2 goals. I'm going to put it in decent because I was so mesmerised about the fact that I was going to complete the league, and then it was an incredible stadium. I loved it. Right, we've got 5 more to whiz through now. Peg's Wallet there, that's going really good. One of my really good friends who is Dutch, he's a ground hopper as well. He supports Peg's Wallet, he sorted me out a ticket. Honestly, it was incredible. The stadium was quite weird as well. It's in walking distance of the station. I like that. You could go out to the Chinese restaurant, eat your food and watch the football at the same time. Peg's Wallet in really good. I'd happily go there again. NEC Nijmegen, yeah, I'm going to put this in really good. I ticked this off in my mission of going to 7 football matches in 7 countries in 7 days. I remember being very tired as I was going to 7 different countries, ended it in America. Ridiculous. That is a reminder. Subscribe, please. If the blue paper's telling you to do so, then you've got to do it. They regard that stadium as the blood pit as well, as just surrounded by a forest and it's literally just a stadium in the middle. I love that factor of it. And the fans, you're close to the pitch. It was a really good result in the end. Good atmosphere all round, and I wasn't even in the atmosphere section. It was still incredible. I met some great people, and actually, there's a little fun fact about this one. Because I went to NEC Nijmegen, that was the reason why I wanted to complete the Eredivisie. At that point, I only went to 4 of the stadiums. I wanted to complete the league after going to that game because I really enjoyed that experience. So there you go, I'm going to put it in really good. That was the reason why I wanted to complete the Eredivisie. So if I visited your club, thank NEC Nijmegen, thank them. PSV, do you know what? I'm going to put this in decent because I picked the game against Go Ahead Eagles. Really good away fans, but the home atmosphere wasn't great because I think they were expected to win. The football was insane, the stadium's decent, there was a lot of goals, but there was just no atmosphere, and I think where I was sitting in the stadium as well didn't help, so I'd love to go back to PSV and go to a better game to soak up what a proper PSV experience is like. RKC Valwijk, I'm going to put this in decent as well. I like the stadium, the fans were good, and actually got suspended after about 20 minutes because a fan threw a beer on the pitch, and if you do that once, then the game is suspended for 15 minutes. But I've got really good words to say about that club, and if anyone ever asks me about that club, I'm going to say really positive things. And last but not least, because this one is going in insane, I'm putting Sparta Rotterdam in insane. The reason for that is because the ultra group of Sparta Rotterdam actually invited me beforehand to visit the stadium, go behind the scenes of the stadium, look at it from the changing rooms, or all the shirts lined up, everything, to see how the ultras actually set up for a match day, putting all the tifos up, or the flags, the drum, just everything about it. I really enjoyed it. And they didn't have to do that whatsoever. They reached out to me and they were fantastic. I really enjoyed it there. And the Castle Stadium as well. The stadium is just so unique, and I had to visit it. And I was at the stadium, I got a message asking if I wanted a tour around the stadium. I got that from the ultra leader, and he was fantastic. They were all brilliant. And I went to the ultra pub, or where they all hang out anyway. They got me beers and everything like that. I just got so welcome from a group where I suppose as vloggers, you kind of think you don't really want to be around the ultras because they don't like you filming, but they loved it. They absolutely loved it. And I'm so thankful for them for being so welcome and really enjoying the fact that I was there. It was a really good result. They won, and it was all around a positive experience. And that concludes the video. If you are new, please subscribe, like this video, and thank you so much to everyone I've met on my journey of the Eredivisie. I think it's time to do the Dutch second league because I've loved it over there. This is my tier list, and if I look back in it right now, Vitesse Arnhem, Ajax, FC20, Feyenoord, Go Ahead Eagles, Heracles, Utrecht, Sparta Rotterdam, I like that. I like that selection here. And you know what? The tier list, I think, is accurate with my experience. And that is the key point, my experience. Up the Netherlands, up the Dutch fans. You're all passionate. I like football.